Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Moonsaga playthrough. Oh, let me pull these off. We are continuing down our Moonsaga, so we're on part 5, which is the first game of Inventors. These also got to be removed. So let's go ahead and I'll read the excerpt from where we are, and then we'll get on with the game. I've got everything set up, but like the main setup of our starting cards and things like that. Our starting dice setup. But okay, so the House of Wisdom draws you in once more, the embrace of its walls and scrolls a comfort to you as you return to your studies. You've always found a wealth of inspiration here, surrounded by the scholars and translators, but you notice others have been coming to the house. Builders and makers come to hone their craft and find new ways to solve difficulties fabricating. Scientists set up labs to conduct experiments and put the test to the work of the scholars from around the world, and merchants seek commerce in everything. At the heart of these groups lies the guilds. They hold much influence amongst their members. Getting accepted in these guilds might be a good path to pursue. So for setup, we're setting up Inventors without the expansion, which means we've got 4 rounds instead of 3. Draw 2 research tiles from the center river section. Resolve the effect of either tile before returning them to the bottom of the draw pile in any order. And then as a bonus goal, have the most influence. There's a typo in here. It says have the most influence in at least 2 guilds at the end of the game. Have the most influence in at least 2 of the guilds at the end of the game. So we're going to really try to focus on that. So let's say after setup. After setup is complete. So let's finish setup first. So we're going to flip that over. We're going to give 2 in orange, 1 in charcoal. We're going to move this down. And then I think, yeah, this is the card that was on top. So this is going to go there. That's going to go there. And that's going to go there. Okay. Just going to move that out of the way. Okay. I've given them their 3 stuff. We'll flip these over. And then I'm going to give myself my setup. So I'm going to have 2 in charcoal, 1 in blue, and 1 in orange. We're going to have this at 4 as usual. These 2 will go here, and we've got these 3 on 1. We're going to start with the blue one that gives us back stuff. Okay, that's nice. We start with a charcoal in our study. 5. There's that. Then we have 3 in here. Okay, so these ones will be down in the bottom. We'll roll these ones. Okay. And this tile, so I think I'm going to put it here because if I'm going to use 2 to take this action quite often, I might as well use a blue. I just used to get 2 back. Guarantee I should get 2 back every time for that. Well, it's not going to be every time guaranteed, but should be for the most part. Okay. So after setup, we'll flip these 2 over and see which of these we want. So we can flip 2 things over, which we could flip these over, or we could spend this to take, does that specifically take something from behind us, which we have none behind us, so can we take that? I guess we could pay silver to go up ahead. Workshop tiles at the space to the left. Or, well, that's kind of sucks. This is a promo one, isn't it? Yeah. When placing a 10 to lose 1 of your influence to collect workshop tile from your ship's space or to its left. Which unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do that one because I had none to my left. So I've got to take this one to flip these 2, which I guess just makes it to where those are already ready to use. So hopefully we can make the most of that. Okay. So at the end of the game, have 4 of these. That would be kind of crazy. Oh, this would have been better too if this was the same color as mine. That's a little unfortunate. Well, okay. So kind of looking at what's going on out here, this one would be having something that you've built, you've invented and built. This is for just building. This is just 1 or 2, which wouldn't be too bad. We could get that out actually, because we don't have a 10, so we can't get that out yet. This would be, like I said, having these. This would be have orange. There's 2 orange ones out here, so we could go for that. It's kind of a tricky. What's unfortunate too, and this may be useful because this will let us take get dice. I was hoping to do this one. Oh, this should be flipped. Be able to move stuff up faster. But if I want influence at the end in at least 2 of the guilds, I'm going to be pushing for the front end here. So it's going to be kind of tricky to kind of manage some of those things. Okay, I think my opening move will be to maybe get some stuff just raised up. So we're going to go here. We'll get a couple of these raised up. So we're going to get this orange one moved up and our charcoal one moved up. That gets moved up here. That gives us a coin. And then we're going to bump something up by 1. And I'm going to turn this into a 3. Okay, let's see what the AI wants to do. So they're going to spend 3 to build, which there's only one thing for them to build, which will be this one. That's going to go there. There we go. Oh, I need more cards because I need cards for all that stuff. So, maybe we'll get some more inventor cards and try to maybe use our orange die to invent something. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go here. We'll spend one thing here and spend one of these to move up that one. And we'll draw 3 cards and get an orange die to our study. Get rid of that. And then the orange. Okay, so this is wanting pairs of stuff researched and tiles here. This is one stuff that we've built and published. And this is wanting things for the end. Okay. They're going to invent. They're going to invent the middle one. There's one match. And they're going to get blue influence for that. Of these things, what would be more lucrative to invent? I mean, I could try to go for doing some of this. None of the guilds match up all that well. This one wouldn't be bad. It's relatively cheap to build, like from a cost perspective, and I have time. If I can focus on getting up there, I can get a bunch of these. So maybe we will try to do this. So I need a 6 for that. So we'll spend these 2. I'll get to draw a card for spinning an orange. This is black influence. Okay, that actually could be interesting, but I don't want to build it there. So we're gonna go here. We have to discard. Wait, where was I gonna go? Yeah, we're gonna go here. I have to discard 2 cards. So we're gonna discard these 2. I get influence in orange and blue. And then we're going to place this out. We're going to place out... shoot. We'll do this one. Okay. Cool. Okay. They're going to test. They're going to test here. They're going to test blue on the top one. Okay. Gives them blue influence. And then they're going to go 1, 2 and take this tile. All right, I got to get moving down. So if I want to build that guy, I need 4. I could pay him, him. This one needs to be flipped. I don't have a way to, I don't have him flipped over yet. So we could go a 7 here to flip those, get some money, get another device card, and then maybe try to build it next turn. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll go for. So we'll go here. We'll flip this over. We'll get 2 silver and we'll get a device card. Okay, that could be good too. They're going to spend silver, but they can't. So they're going to put orange influence out and get a silver there. Okay, we're going to go for building that guy, which would use my blue die, which I don't love. Oh, no, I only need a 4. We only need a 4 for that. So we're going to build this. So it's needing a 4, which we have, and we're going to spend 3 silver, 1, 2, and 3 to build this. This is going to let me send something up. We'll send that up. Is that what I want to send up? Yeah, that's fine. flip that over. Nice. Okay. They're going to spend 2 black influence. They don't have 2 black, so they're going to test. They're going to test orange here. Go 1, 2, 3. They'll take this. We're going to use our worker to... I don't have 2 orange. Darn it. I was wanting to go on my boat. We're going to discard this to do its effect. It's going to let us move this up and increase the value of this by 1 as a free action. And then we're going to go here. We'll move that up and it'll come back to us at the end of the round. Here, it lets me flip something back over for completing this. We're going to flip back over this guy. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. He would have rested because he couldn't do that. So this was his last card. So he would have rested. So we'll flip this over, sorry. Which means he would have placed out his tent here. This tent would go here. And then his turn's over, so he gets a silver because he's on rest. We're still going. And then I am going to give him another silver, but that's okay. We're going to go here. We're going to spend a silver and a blue to move both of those up and get a blue die, which gets rid of this one. And then we get to add another die to our study. We'll add a white die there. And I guess I got to get rid of this one. So that was kind of silly of me to even move it up. Okay. And then we end our go. He gets another silver. And then we're going to tent. And we're definitely going to go there. So we're going to get to add influence somewhere. I'll add it there. And then we're going to get to brighten 3 things. We're going to brighten this to flip this one. And then we're going to brighten these 2. Okay. Those get brightened. We're going to raise tents, so that doesn't go anywhere. He gets black. I get orange. Okay, so that happened. What am I missing here? We're going to bring these dice back. This one comes back. Oh, wait. Everybody get... brighten all unused dice. So this comes out. This gets brightened, which flips this. These 2 get brightened, and then this comes back that way. And then because we did that, we get our extra camel. We're going to get our workers back. And then we would have raised tens. Okay. Let's get his deck comprised back up. So we're on to the next round. And that next round is going to be... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 2. 2 still. Okay. Okay, let's move this down. So 2 influence in blue and 1 in charcoal. That's blocked off. Okay, and we're starting the round. So we've got our extra cam. We've got no white dice, so I need to get some stuff raised up if I can. Oh, I got to get my income here. And my income here. So that's 2, and he's got to get his 3 silver. So there's just 3 silver. We get 3 silver, and we get to raise something, and we'll raise this white die. Okay. So I got to get down the river. I can go 1 spot. A 9. We could make that work. Okay. We're going to go here. I'm going to gain a silver and spend 1, 2, 3 to go forward, taking this tile. Let me get my silver, replace that there. So I can spend my weaver, I think that's what it is, to go up, to move 2 things up. Okay. We'll move that card out of the way. Okay, they're gonna test. They're gonna test orange here. I'm gonna get orange influence and move one space here. They stop. They're gonna add a die card to their deck, and then they're gonna go flip these. Oh, I didn't move the boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. I do kind of want to research. I need to get my boat moved up, which would be 3 spots, right? So I could send this orange out, but it's a 6, which is rough because I don't want to, like, I mean, a 6 is a lot. Six is a lot, so I don't really want to do that. But I got to get my boat moved up. So if I can get this one raised up, maybe we can spend that one. But I would like to research. It's going to cost me 4 silver to publish that. This is what we're going to do. What do we got here? Let's do this. We'll spend our 6 here to invent something. We'll invent this one. So I spent that, I get to draw. And I'm going to discard these 2. So I spent the 6, which I needed for here. That goes there. I get black influence. And then I'm going to do this tile. I've uncovered this, so I get to raise something up. We're going to move up this one, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh, this is wanting a row, though. So maybe we don't want to do that one. Maybe we do this instead. Okay, there we go. Okay. They're going to spend 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to build something. They're going to build the thing. Oh, they can't build, so they have to publish. They're going to publish this. I get a silver for them publishing. They published my device. Okay. Which means I could build this if I wanted to, but I don't have them. I basically do have the money if I wanted to build that. I was going to publish that, though, so it kind of messed me up a little bit. But I can build this for 12. That's a 6. That's not going to be enough. I need more dice. But I want to get this published because, or I want to get it built so that I can at least get some of my markers moved up. So I need to raise some dice up. So I guess we'll go here and we'll brighten these 2 dice. I want to test as well. So I'm going to brighten those 2 dice and I'm going to move this up to a 3. No, I lied. I'm going to move this up to a 5. Okay. They're going to invent. They're going to invent here. So that's going to get them 2 orange. They're going to get a silver. Okay. Both my workers are gone. I've done none of my workshops at the moment. We're going to send this 2 here to push these 2 up. And I can raise something else up by 1. We're going to raise that up to a 6. They don't have enough to build or to publish, so they're going to put influence in blue and get a silver. Oh dear. Okay, we're going to spend this, turn this into a 6 because it's in the top section, and use this 6 to do this one. That's going to get us a flip over, but I think we can do that afterwards, unless we can't do the ones we just used. We'll spend 2 for for that, 2 for that, 1, and this to move that one up. That gets an influence in a guild of our choice. And we'll take that here. Okay. Do they have 3 influence? They do. Or what influence and 3 things. And they're going to take this like that. Okay. We're going to test. That's going to go there. It's going to send me 1, 2, 3. Lets me pull this back. I also get a white die here, and I'm caught up. There, perfect. Okay. They're going to spend 3 to build. They can only build one of the 2 of these, so they build. Oh, they can't build. I lied. So they're not going to do that. They're just going to test. And they're going to test this one with a charcoal die. Okay. Oh, dear God. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which gets them... Oh, not 6. That 6 is the die value. 1, 2, 3. I'm tripping. I'm joking. Okay, there we go. Okay. I need to get to the end so I can get these tiles. That's my thing. And I've also got to invent some more stuff. If I can clear everything off of here, that would be just a decent amount of points from that. Him testing that is really a bummer, though. Would like to get that flipped back over, and then I could, but I have no money. We'll send this here. We'll move this up, which is going to get me influence there. We'll move this up, which will give me influence there. And then we'll move something up by 1. This into a 4. Okay. They're going to test. They're going to test blue here. It's 5. They get blue influence. Move 2. They're just speeding along the river like a wild man. Oh, this would have flipped. My bad. They're speeding up the river like a wild man. The question is, can I get this flipped? This flipped. It cost me 2 to move 2 things up. I feel like I kind of have a rough go at it at the moment. I'm like relegated to like my board because I can't really do anything out here. I'm going to discard this to flip this over and increase this by 1 as a free action. And I'm going to go here, I think, to move up this. Okay. We're going to see if this works. And then they're going to tent. So they're going to tent here. They're going to block off the first one. Okay. We are going to use these 2. So actually the first thing, yeah, we're going to use these 2 here. We're going to flip this over, get this, get this. Then we're going to spend this by flipping this over and flipping this over. Spending this and flipping those 2 over to move this up and to move this up. That's going to let me move something else up. We'll move that one up instead. And this gets flipped like that. They're going to get a silver. And then we're going to tent. And I guess I'm going to go back to where I was because that way I get to do the ability. So we're going to get influence here. And then I'm going to do 3 dice. So that's getting brightened anyway. So these will get brightened, and then that'll get brightened. We'll brighten all of our unused die, so that goes up, that goes up, that goes up. And then this comes back here. No, this comes back here. And then these all go back down here. Okay, there's our workers. I get our other worker back. That goes there. That goes there. Which means he gets himself another dice card. He gets this back. We'll reset up the deck. So he'll get himself 6 dice cards. One, two, three. Not feeling very confident about all this. Okay, we'll flip this over. 2 in charcoal, 1 in orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that gets there. Okay, he gets his 3 silver. We get a silver and a Brighton. And then we get a Brighton and 2 silver from this one. Okay. And we're still first player. Okay. I need more cards. I need to move my boat. He really has me all twisted up here on testing. I've built 2 things. I could try to do this one, and then, I mean, that'd be building 2 things already, which I scored for. I'd have to pay 2 for this guy, 2 for another person, and 1 to him. And I've got too many people flipped upside down at the moment. I could go just refresh everybody and get a card. Maybe we'll do that first. We'll go here. 1, 2, and 3. We'll get a card. We'll refresh everybody. And then we'll see about that. Okay. He's going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to publish. He's going to publish this one. That goes there. Okay. We are going to, I think, publish this. So I need an 8. So we're going to use these to publish, which will be a 9. I get to brighten something. We'll brighten that. And then it's going to cost me 1 to the neutral player, 2 to flip this, and then flipping this and flipping this to flip this and move it up. That goes across, raises this up. I get to swap out a die for another die. We'll swap this out for a black die, which I think was a 2. This gets flipped over. Okay. Okay. He spends 3 to build. Builds this one. Okay, I gotta get my butt down the river. So we're gonna spend this 4 to test. Here. 1, 2, 3. We'll take this. I guess that goes there, so I don't have to pay anything. Okay. He spends 3. He can't, so he's going to test. He'll test charcoal on that one. He stops here, gets himself a worker die, or worker card. I'll flip all that stuff over. I've got to research. I got to get down there and research. And I've got to at least invent one more thing to get some points off of this one. So I need to test just a one spot with something. Oh, I published this one, so I gotta get that there. Okay. I could send the 6 here to do that, and then it'll push me up here, flip those over, and then I could. Can I buy a camel? I could. I can't. It's too expensive. I guess I could just do this. Go here. 1, 2, 3. We move up here. I will get a silver. I'll get a die of my choice, and I'll get the retriever worker. I'll take this worker back. The die of my choice will be a blue die. And then these, oh yeah, I gotta flip all these. Okay. They're going to spend 2 here to research. They're going to research there. We didn't do no researching. But I'd like to, I need to invent one more thing if I can. Which is going to kind of mess me up because I need a test in order to move my boat. I can probably get one more invention off next round, like get this guy out. But so I'll probably test, because I'm not going to really be able to afford another camel. I don't have any influence in orange. So if we're going to test somewhere, I can use my orange die on this one to test. It moves me 1 space forward, which is not particularly happy. Man, I'm like really in a tough spot here. I mean, I could use this blue die to go there and test. I'll move 2 spaces up, which is, it's just fine, I guess. It's just fine. Actually, I am going to do that. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to use this blue die as a 5. I'm not going to change it. We're going to test. This is what we're going to do. I get blue influence. I move up 2. We'll take this tile, put it here. It gets me a die into my study. We're going to get a blue die. Remove that. Okay. They're going to spend coin. They don't have coin to spend, so they're going to get influence and charcoal and get a silver. Okay, we're going to go here, spend the 2 blue I have to research here. Give me something good. I like the influence everywhere. Could be good. I could move 2 things up. I think I want the influence everywhere. So influence, influence, influence. I think that was there, and then I'll put influence here. There, okay. These go to the bottom. Does he have influence everywhere? I think he does. So he's going to spend that there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we're going to turn this into a 6 to go here. It's going to let us brighten 2 things, put influence out in black, brighten 3 things, get a coin, and plus up, +2 something. So we got our coin, we got our influence in black, and we can brighten 3 things. We're going to brighten all 3 of these. And then we're going to bump 2 of them up to 2s. Okay. He's going to invent something. He's going to invent down here. There's 2 matches, the orange. Okay. We've got a worker left to do something. I'm doing something. Oh, you know what? Let me do a mulligan. I'm going to go here. Because I am going to get this other. I'm going to go here. To flip this over. That's what I should have done. So I'm going to do small mulligan. We're going to do that. And then I also get to brighten something. And we'll brighten this to flip that over. That's fine. Okay. 2 blue influence. Okay. Okay. I would like to invent something. I need a 7. I could invent this. A 7 to invent. Yeah, we'll spend these to invent. So we'll discard this to get this out. It's going to give me 2 blue. And I'm going to put this out here. So that way I at least score one of these. I've already scored at least one of these, and I need one more of these to score that. So I'm at least going to be able to get some points on the board with some of those things. Okay. He's going to test here. So 2. He goes 1, 2, 3. Takes that. Okay, we need to move up a spot. Ooh. I don't really love what I got going on over here. Because I need to spend 2 dice for this and all mine too low. So I think we're going to go ahead and just pass. We're going to tent. So I'm going to put this. Oh, this should have been moved off. I'm going to put this here again. And put this here. Okay. And then, so I tented. He's going to tent. And which, me tenting is going to let me get influence somewhere. I'm going to get influence here. And I get to brighten 3 things. That gets brightened for blue. That gets brightened for a color. And then this gets brightened. So then he's going to tent, and then he tents here. And then I think that's the round. Okay, I think that's the round. So we're going to brighten all the unused die. That goes there, that goes there. It gives us influence here. Those 2 get brightened. This comes back. These all comes back. That flips back over. We get our workers back. Okay, and then we'll reset his deck. Not feeling super confident about this, but we'll see. I still have first player, which is great. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three. Okay. We'll give him his silver. We get 3 silver, 4 silver. And 2 brightens, and we'll brighten this die and this die. Okay, 2 6s. Oh, and I get a white die to down here. And then which would have moved up because that would have been after I did that. Okay, that goes there, that goes there, that goes back. Last neutral card. One, two, three. Okay, I'm going to remove those out of the game. Those are done with. And we're first player again. So if I can get myself up to test real quick, then I can move my boat along to get to the end, and then I can do one more, at least one more of these. So where do I want to test at? I was going to use this to test. We're going to test with that one. Here. Oh, I don't want to do that. Do I want to get to the end? That's fine. We're going to test there. It's going to give me an orange influence. And then it's going to move my boat 1 space, which will get me this. And I'll just put it there. Doesn't really matter, but it's going to let me brighten a die. And we're going to brighten this blue one. Nice. Okay. We'll go with the AI. They're going to place out a worker. Do they have 2 blue? They don't have 2 blue, so they get 1 in each. Okay. So we're going to spend We're going to turn this into a 6, and we're going to turn this into a 3, because I get a +1 here and a +5 here to go here. We're going to get 2 silver. We're going to flip somebody over. We're going to draw a card. We're going to spend 2 to move 2 of these up, and we're going to move up those 2. I'm going to spend 2 again to move this up, to draw another card, and to get influence in a guild. And we're going to get influence there. No, we're going to get influence there. Okay. Do they have influence everywhere? They do. So that's going to go there. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to get a die, card, and a silver. Okay. We're going to send our worker here, spend this, and discard a card. We'll discard this one. To research here. So 1, 2, 3. That allowed me to just move my boat. Do I move my boat? I could spend money to basically reuse a camel. This is a tough choice, because I can spend money to use a camel. I could remove one of these. I could brighten 3 dice. I could move one of my things up, or I could flip over 2 of my workers, or my craftspeople. If I spend a coin immediately to remove that, I could do something else again. Ooh, that's tough. That's actually a difficult choice. I'm not super concerned about moving my boat. And I guess I care about ties. I might care about ties. Yeah, let's just do it to be safe, because I want to win the guilds. So this will make sure that I have all that. Put that there. Okay. And then actually I could go on here with a blue and spend this guy to move my boat again. So we can make something happen with that. I just need to flip my folks over. Okay. They're gonna test. They're gonna test here with blue. They can't. They can only test there with orange. So they're gonna move their boat 1 space, take that, and get orange influence. They have so much in orange. I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat them. I was kind of pushing a lot to orange, hoping I can. I'm gonna probably have to keep trying. And I've got to beat out, and then I have to try to see if I can beat out in blue. Okay. I was like, where are my workers? Okay. I definitely could. I need 4. Yeah, let's do this. We're going to actually try to publish this. We're going to publish, so we'll get the bright to die off of a blue, and we'll spend our 4 silver to move these 2 up. That moves over here. That goes over, and then it goes over again for this. We get to raise somebody up. We'll raise up this one. So we did that. And then since we did that, we get to brighten another die. We'll brighten this one. Okay, there we go. Okay. 2 black influence. They don't have any, so they're going to test. They can't test here, so they're going to test here. They're going to test orange. They can't test orange. They're going to test charcoal. They're going to test it here. So that's 1 charcoal. Their boat moves up. I think they just keep taking these tiles. I think that's what happens. They just keep taking the tiles when they're at the end. Research, no. Trying to see if the river. I think they just take them at the end. We're just gonna play like that. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Okay. We're gonna put this here. It's gonna get us 2 brightens. So I'll brighten this one, and then I'll brighten this again to get a blue influence. And then we get to +1 something. We get black influence. We get a brighten again. We get another +1. And we get a silver. Okay. They're going to publish. Okay, I've got another worker, and I'd like to maybe do another one of these. Like 2, 4, 6, 7. We're going to go here and spend 2 orange, and we're going to do this again. Okay. Okay, hold on. This is interesting. So, again, I'm stuck with some choice. I could flip everybody over and get 2 silver, which could be cool. Yeah. I think this is what we're going to do. And then I'm going to see if I can build on my last move. Build this one. Okay. I convinced myself. So we're going to flip everybody back over and get 2 silver. They're gonna invent. They can't invent, so they get 2 silver. Okay, we're gonna build this guy. I need a 5. We're gonna build with this. It's gonna cost 3 here to move this up. Oh, I don't have the money for it. I lied. That was up here as a 2, I think. Don't have the money for it. Oh, this got flipped down. Yeah, I need a lot of money because I need 3 for one of these guys. I could do 3 for another. So I basically need at least 2 more money to do this. And I don't think it's going to happen. Well, that's a bummer. Is there any way I can make some money? I don't think so. I could go spend influence, but I don't really want to spend all that influence. We may just do this. Just go here. So then we get to raise somebody up. We can spend 3 to move our boat, which we're going to move our boat, which gets us a tile. We'll take this tile, which lets us research, and we'll research down here. I'm going to actually research back here on one of these. And, well, that would have been better to have, but we'll just go ahead and take that one. That's just 3 points. And then, so we did that. We can either get influence somewhere and move something up. And I'm going to take the influence here, I think, just to be safe. Okay. They're going to invent. They can't invent, so they get 3 silver. We have a worker left. What do we want to do? I suppose I could just... I can move some more folks up for a couple points. I could... I've got another camel left. But the only thing I'd be able to do is that. And I already burned the one guy that I needed for it. So I probably shouldn't... This was probably a bad idea. Oh well. If I spend all that influence to move my boat again, I guess I get a card. I can get a card by going here, taking a tile for 2 points, getting another coin. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to go here, remove this, this, and this. Whoops. And we're going to get a silver, and we're going to move our boat. We're going to use it to take this. I'll use it to cover up this one. Gets me a card. Okay. They're going to spend 4 to build something. 1, 2, 3, 4 to build this. And this comes up. Maybe I can invent something. A 10? I could invent something. Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll do it with our last go. So we're going to turn this and this here. And then we'll do this one. So there's the 10 we spend, or 12 we spend for that. We discard that. That gets us black and blue. And it's going to get us one of these taken off. We'll take off this one here. That'll move one of these up like so. There's that. They're going to build. They're going to build the thing I just made, which gets me 2 brightens. And then this goes here. That flips over. That goes there. We're going to tent. So, okay. So if I tent here and I block them here, that puts an influence here, which makes me win that one. And then here they have 2, 4, 6, 7, and I will have 9 there if they don't put anything else there. And I'll win that one for sure. So I think that's the play. Or I could tent here, but I don't. Everything I have, like every device I've made, except for this one, I mean, that wouldn't really do me any good because it's going to give them points. But if I tented there, I'll have one more as long as he doesn't, because he's going to tent next turn, so he's not going to add influence anywhere. So I win this one, no matter what. I can tent here. If I tent here, I don't move my boat, but I would have to test on a device, and I'm not super enthused about. This is going to give him, I guess it gives him a point. But doing that will net me an extra point versus trying to get the extra point here. So I guess it really doesn't matter. And if I don't do this one, and I do this one, I don't get second here, but he would get second here. So I think it's better if I try that. Okay, we're going to do that. Okay, he'll tent, and he's going to place his tent here. And then we're going to raise tents. And we're going to end the game. Okay, so I'm not super sure how I feel about this, so we're going to kind of see. All right. So me, AI. Okay, so I have the most. I have 4. He has 0. Here I have 2, 4, 6, 7, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. He's got 2, 4, 6, 7. So I win that one. So that's 9 points for me. And then I get second place here because my boat's farther. So that's another 3. So that's 12. And then he gets nothing here. He gets 2 from this, and he gets 6 from this. So that's going to be 8. I get no points from that, nor does he. He gets 3, 5, 7, 9. I get 3, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get 2, 4, 6, and then I get 15. He gets 0 off that. Tiles, I get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. He got a ton of tiles. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh dear. He invented 3 things, so that's 9. I have 6 points for inventing. Okay, so we're going to go into things built and published. So built, okay. He gets nothing for this one and nothing for this one because there's no testing on those built devices. I built this, so that's 3. This is going to be 4, 5, 6 because I tested this device. I published this device and tested. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he gets from this one, he'll get 2, 6, 10. That's a full 4, that's a 3, and that's 2. And then points, he gets 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. And then for me, I have 3 of these, so that's 2 points. I've got 2 things built, so that's 2 points, that's 4 points. And then here I've got 1 of these rows taken care of twice, so that's another 4 points, so that's 8 points. And then I have 1 set of leftover coins, and he has 0. Okay, so his final score is 17, 27, 31, 41, 51, 61, 69. My final score is 18, 28, 33, 40, 50, 56. Hold on, no, I messed that up. Hold on. Wait a minute. So 18, 33, 40, 46, 56, 57, 65. Darn it! Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Okay, so my final score is 65. I think I counted everything right. 69 for him. I did complete the goal, and that puts us on the outro of number 40. Okay, so that outro is going to read, "The bright eye of the moon illuminates the streets of Baghdad as you eat and laugh with the members of your guild. You work closely with these people and found recognition at your wisdom and understanding. With each passing month, your name has grown more and more common on the lips of the people of Baghdad. Your credibility rises like a song on the night wind, and with it, you are gaining influence. You have enjoyed the past year working with those who create and sell. You must decide what the next year will bring. Your work with the guilds has borne much fruit, and things starting to move forward with many of your own new inventions, but you also have momentum of a different kind. Your name carries weight, and you could extend your renown by setting up camp around the smaller towns that surround the city. In the morning, you will choose what is the next, but for now, the music of the Tigris sings a song of friendship and laughter. So we're going to select one to keep inventing or set up camp outside the city. I think I'm going to set up camp outside the city. So it's going to be 0, 4, 8. And that will be it for our South Tigris Moonsaga playthrough number 5. Inventors without the expansion. We're going to be going on to Inventors with the expansion. So check that out very soon. But we'll be back for that. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.